Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. Callum here again, Jason's behind the scenes, sorting decks.
Hello.
Excuse me. We're bringing you another deck profile, and Jason's in the process of making another one as well for another profile, but I see people are enjoying the Robo one, and that's good. So we're going to bring you some more set 6 supports for decks that we have. We're next up with Jason's favourite one, since he's having it in the Elemental Hero Sleeves, and that will be the Great Dayusha.
That will be changed into Kote sleeves.
Yes, these will be Kote.
Oh no, the
deck
Aichi sleeves will change it into Kote.
So without further ado, excuse me, let's get into the deck profile. Starting off with the grade 0 is Dimensional Robo Goyusha. Jason will slap me if I butcher these names, but it'll also help me if I butcher these names. So, typical grade 0. Next up for grade 1 is Dimensional Robo Dylander. So, what does Dylander do? When this unit is placed on Vanguard, search your deck for up to 1 base card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. When this unit is placed on rearguard from Soul by your card's ability, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Dayusha in its card name, all of your Vanguards and this unit get 5k into the end of turn, which is quite nice. Because basically, if you do this, you're basically, with Dayusha's skill as well, you're basically making Dayusha have Persona numbers without other stuff. Next up, let me just do a minor adjustment, people, is Dimensional Robo Dragon, and as you can see, Jason got a nice frame rare of it. So, what does it do? When this unit is read upon by a grade 3 card with Dayusha in its card name, call this to rearguard circle. And then, when this unit is placed on rearguard from Soul by your card's ability, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Dayusha in its card name, until the end of your opponent's next turn, this unit gets auto rearguard circle. When your Vanguard is attacked, retire this unit, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets plus 15k power into the end of that power, and this gets 5k, making this a 5k, 15k. Moving on to the grade 3, the main cope of the deck, Super Dimensional Robo Dayusha. So, what does Dayusha do? Auto Vanguard once per turn. When this unit attacks, counterblast 1 and draw a card. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose any number of units, each with Dimensional Robo in their different card names, and they get plus 5, which also includes Dayusha himself. Second skill. Auto Vanguard once per turn. At the end of the battle this unit attacks, cost, put a card from hand into Soul, stand this unit, and it gets drive -2 until the end of turn. If your bind zone does not have Dimensional Robo Goyusha, and you Persona Road this turn, cost, bind a Dimensional Robo Goyusha from Soul, and this gets drive +1 until the end of turn. So, in a sense, you could think of it like Dayusha's divine skill based on the meta. So, yeah, which is quite nice. So that's the right deck. Moving on to the grade 3s, we have obviously the Persona Rides for Dayusha. Next up, we have 4 copies of Super Dimensional Robo Wing. Before I carry on, I'm just going to say something to Jace. Can you go on my iPad and ring Mills on video and just let her know that I'm doing a video? So, so what does Wing do? When this unit is placed on rearguard circle from hand, if you have a Vanguard with Dimensional Robo in its card name, cost Energy Blast 3, choose up to 1 card from from your soul with Dimensional Robo in its different card name from this unit. Call it to rearguard, and at the end of the turn, put the called card into soul. Next up is Continuous Rearguard and Guardian Circle. If your order zone has a base, this unit gets plus 5k power, 5k shield. If it has 3 or more bases, it gets another 5k power and 5k shield. Basically, if you have 3 bases, it's plus 10, active on an opponent's turn as well, which is quite nice considering that this is basically a 28k with Dayusha, making it so you have to guard with more than a trigger. Moving on to grade 2s, we have 4 copies of Super Dimensional Robo Die Lady. So what Die Lady does is when placed on Rearguard Circle, if you have a Vanguard with Dimensional Robo in its card name, cost Counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 base card, reveal it, put it into hand and shuffle your deck. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if your order zone has 2 or more bases, this unit gets plus 10k into the end of that battle. Messenger and video. So great attacker. Moving on, we have 1 copy of Dimensional Robo Die Trucker. So, simple skill. All of your units with Dimensional Robo in their card name in the same column as this unit get boost. So the only reason we're running 1 is that you can basically put this to soul with the basis skill. So you only need the 1. Moving on, we have 3 copies of the Blitz Order Freezing Wave. What it does is you play it with a Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your units being attacked and it gets 10k power until the end of that battle for each rested set order in your order zone. So considering that with the bases, it's what, plus 30 to 40k averagely.
Oh no, continue.
And then last up on the grade 2s is Protection Twin Cast. So what it does is it's a Regaler's piece, you can only have 1 of it in the deck. Choose one of your units being attacked and it gets plus 10k into the end of that battle. Then, continuous. This card's auto ability can be resolved even if you have played a Regaler's piece this fight. Auto from drop. When your unit is being attacked, remove this card from drop. Choose one of your units getting attacked and it gets 5k into the end of that battle for each grade of the unit.
You're doing good.
Moving on to the grade 1s. About jumped ahead of myself. 2 copies of Glory Maker. So Glory Maker is the new generic triple rare for non-striding counter decks. So what she does is continuous. If your Vanguard has only 1 client and your G zone has no cards, this card gets all of the following. Auto drop. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard is placed, if you do not have a rearguard with the same card name as this card, you may call this card to back row rearguard circle. Second skill is when this unit boosts, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, you may either get, so this means as you as the player, your opponent cannot play Blitz orders until the end of that battle, or when your opponent would call cards from their hand to Guardian Circle, they must call 2 or more at the same time until the end of that battle. If you did choose any of these as skills, at the end of the battle, retire this unit. So it's basically a more refined, better Maple, as Jason likes to call it.
It is.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to argue against that. Next up, we have 1 copy of Dimensional Robo Die Battles. Skill, acts from soul once per turn. If your Vanguard is Dimensional Robo Die Dragon, your opponent's Vanguard is grade 2 or greater, and your soul has Dimensional Robo Goyusha, Die Lander, and Die Mariner, put a card from hand into soul, choose up to 1 Super Dimensional Robo Dayusha from your ride deck, and ride it as stand. When this unit is placed on rearguard from soul by your card's ability, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Dayusha in its card name, and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, your Vanguard's original critical becomes 2 until the end of turn. Jason loves that card.
Well, I'm playing a risky game of running 1 copy of them.
Yeah, but you have a base, so it's not really risky. Because you're constantly putting it into your soul anyway, even if it goes to drop.
Yeah.
Next up, we are running 2 copies of Dimensional Robo Die Mariner. So, when this unit is discarded from hand during your turn, you may put this card into Soul. When this unit is placed on rear from Soul by your card's ability, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Dayusha in its card name, and to the end of the turn, this unit gets 2k power and your opponent cannot intercept, which has actually put me in a sticky situation a couple of times.
You love to see it.
No, we don't. Next up, 2 copies of Great Sickle of White Flash, Boulder Reed. So, what does this guy do? Continuous. During the battle, this unit boosted. If your Vanguard's grade 3 or greater and your order zone has 2 or more set orders, this gets plus 5k. Nice 13k booster. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your order zone has a set order, put this unit into Soul. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater unit card or up to 1 set order from among them. Reveal it, put it into hand, and shuffle your deck.
Would it be a 13k booster though?
That's what I just said.
Oh,
I said it would be it's a great 13k booster.
I thought you said 10k. I was like, wait a minute.
Next up, 2 copies of Bulba Mine. For those who don't know, at the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your order zone has a set order, put this into Soul and counter charge.
I mean, I could run the promo, but
Honestly, Bulba Mine's better.
they're both exactly the same.
Yeah.
But one of them, I think the name is like a Dimension Robo.
No, the other one is Galactic Hero.
Uh,
It's a hero unit, but it works as a generic counter charger basically, but it's a promo.
Yeah.
Next up, we have 1 copy of the Bright Gate Kitty. When this unit is placed on rearguard or put on Guardian Circle, put a total of 2 cards from your Soul or drop that were in the right deck into right deck face up, and perform either of the following according to the circle that it's on. If it's on rearguard, choose a set order from drop and put it into hand. If it's on the Guardian, this unit gets plus 15k shield to the end of battle, so it's a nice 20k shield.
If someone hit your base, then
Yeah, it's a good way of getting the bases back. Next up, 4 copies of PGs. That's basically it.
I mean, I don't want to run Amatara when I'm running so much.
No.
Players.
Next up, we have 4 copies of Super Dimensional Robo Diebase. So, what does Diebase do? Diebase does a lot. So, act from the order zone. If you have a Vanguard with Dimensional Robo in its card name, rest this card and Soul Charge 1. Choose up to 1 grade 2 or less card with Dimensional Robo in its card name from your drop and put it into Soul. If this card was put into the order zone this turn, you may search your deck instead of choosing from drop and put that card into Soul. If you search your deck, shuffle the deck. Second skill, act from order zone. If you have a Vanguard with Dimensional Robo in its card name, Energy Blast 2 and rest this card, choose up to 1 grade 2 or less card with Dimensional Robo in its card name from Soul and call it to Rio.
Did you accidentally say Soul Charge when it mean Energy Charge?
Possibly.
I think you did. I was just scratching my head.
Yeah, it's Energy Charge. You can just look at the card.
Reading is hard, guys.
Reading is hard. Next up, Brango OT. I really don't need to explain what this does.
Double everything.
It just doubles whatever you choose. So 1 unit gets 200 million.
While the other just gets double.
And it basically just doubles the power and crit of all units. So considering that with die battles, you can basically have a Dayusha with 200 million and 4 crit.
Or a Rhaegar with 2 mil and 2 damage.
Yeah, so that's that. And then we are running how many crits?
8 crits.
4. 8 crits, one of them being effect, just because I'm guessing.
You really don't need the effect.
But you just had it.
Yeah, I just had it.
Typical 4 heals. And 3 effect draws for either ride fodder or shield.
Pretty much.
So that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the video. We are planning on doing Fegria next, thanks to the new order. So yeah, bye.